Alright guys, welcome back to the third episode of this playthrough of All Under Heaven. Last time, we got essentially uprooted from our homeland of Annan to Sichuan in Chengdu. And let's just jump right in and take a look at Chengdu now. Let me see what's in this area. Not a whole lot of development in here. I'm beginning to wonder how much your holdings really should be invested in if they can just up and rip you out. It's definitely a different way to understand the game. So, it says here Silk Road steadily trading. So let me check. So yeah, we are right in the vein of Silk Road. And it says here that there's like a kiln or something going on over here. But I don't really see any particular way to interact with that. I'm still kind of curious how one interacts with the Silk Road. It's a network of wayward, whatever, steady trading. And each of these hubs have corresponding effects. Yeah, well, I'll get that worked out and make some sort of tutorial video. I certainly hope that it would be kind of unfortunate if it simply is just a passive, like, if you have this, let's say, that you have the Barony of Dali, you receive the effects of it, but you don't get to interact or change anything about it, or even, I mean, it's almost as if you can't even, like, I might have to take back what I said about the individual effects based on where you're at, because if I click on this, Marketplace of Chang'an, steady trading, effects per participant group, and so there's, kind of looked at this earlier, but I did not see, so steady, all, okay. Lands Under Heaven, participant group. Silk Road Domains, participant group. Silk Road Realms, participant group. So, participant groups within a situation are a collection of characters who share the same effects during each situation phase. It may be just kind of a passive engine running in the background where you kind of, like, it'd be cool if you could build new kilns, these dragon kilns. It'd be nice if you could, like, set up a new one right here in Sichuan, for example. So, we'll leave that for another time, but for right now, Chengdu doesn't really bring in much revenue. I still don't have a player heir. I'm running a scheme to promote my son, Gao Chengsi. I can execute the scheme. Confidence. Let's try that. Got a 43% success chance. We're gonna wait until it's at least 50-50, actually. So let's give it some more time. camp fever spreads. Okay, I had just changed this, so if you guys didn't know... Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. I will turn the music down on that one, the settings. However, if you made it through that with me, there is, and I did not know this, a way to... That's not what I wanted, but okay. Because you can just hit the map, but whatever. What I wanted, in message settings, you can actually kind of micromanage. So I don't know what... if feed goes up here, or where feed goes. I'll do pop-ups for outbreaks. But then I'm gonna hit never for these ones. Actually, I'll do pop-up there and pop-up there. Actually, wait, no, pop-up. I see. Feed is down here. Pop-ups are like... Okay. We'll do feed, feed, and feed. Nah. I just get annoyed with how many... I mean, you just saw what happened. And like I said, I will turn the audio down with that, because that was unbearable. Anyway, I'm also going to turn the music down a little bit. I know I have weird audio settings, but it's because I have hearing loss, and generally speaking, my headphones are turned up quite loud. And so I have to kind of manage that against, you know, everything else. But let's see, what's this here? Too far afield. No matter what his other worth may be to our scheme, there's no denying that Gentleman Liu Juncheng's sheer distance from Prefect Gao Chengse causes us issues. A remote agent simply cannot be as helpful as one able to move around as needed. Alas, we pay the price for now. Your liability be gone, and simply damnation. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't. Yeah. Move him out of there. Learning on the job. Of those I've chosen to involve in this little scheme, Gao Zihua is probably not the absolute most skilled. Still, he's clearly applying himself, determined not to let my effort go to waste, with the aim of improving his skill in diplomacy. Bettering yourself is costly, but helps us all. So this is for... Well, if he's applying himself, that's a good sign. And this is for promote my son. You can go further than this, a diplomacy challenge. 22% chance. Plan goes well. I think I'm just gonna kind of sit on that one for a minute. Let me turn this down for a second. What the kingdom title is here. There's a lot of kingdom titles out here. I mean, there's a lot over here too, of course, but there's a lot over here. What about Empire? Empire of Tibet, okay. And then we have 5 empires in China, which makes sense. Some Han. Yeah, Amur Empire. One day, I swear, I'm gonna either play Andong or Amur. Maybe Amur, and just play like the teeniest little I'm going, you know, and just take over. I mean, good God, does he? Where's his? He's shamanic. Just shamanism. He's just a shaman, guys. There's no. Just a shaman. Interesting. What is the duchy? Where's the duchy cap? Over here. Maybe I wouldn't play as that duchy. I'd play as this one. I think I kind of hinted at that last time. County fertility. I think that plays a role in step stuff. Yeah, I'll go back to the program. Oh boy, that plague. Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they gave me such a massive update on that, but it looks like it's all over the Yangtze River here. Because the yellow is up here. Okay, yellow and Yangtze. And this is what, the Pearl River? Yeah. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters in the scroll before me, I feel a headache. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Nothing short of a miracle with the aid of a stone of glass. Even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. Okay, so spectacles, stone of glass. I'll give him a hook. I might regret that. Oh, we got a local exam to join. Okay, where is it? Kind of close to that plague. Gonna go with that. Let me see here. Just go. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Pop up. The trodden path. The procession has ground to a halt. I look over Sichuan. I guess that'd be, so this is the high tone and this is the rising tone. So that'd be Sichuan. Dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. Your Excellency, there's an ant path here. But you should never cross an ant path. He pauses. My great-grandfather did, and he never returned home. I can pretty much, with my sadistic trait, I can pretty much just beat him and wound him for being so silly. This is nonsense. Loses opinion of me, closer to rivalry. I gain stress because I'm paranoid. I mean, if I'm paranoid, then we can be friends over our ant path paranoia. I suppose. Alright, I'm overwhelmed by stress. Lately it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. What? Okay. All the hardships of my everyday life, it is too easy to lose myself in daydreams. I can either become rakish, or I can become reclusive, or I can bite my lip. I'm gonna bite my lip. We got time. Mental breaks, haunted by the past. They're hitting me again? Jeez. I mean, irritable fits in line with my sadistic. Sadistic, paranoid, arrogant, and we'll just go ahead and be irritable. I guess. Good lord. I mean, that looked like it was just gonna compile and compile until I went insane. And I can't be going insane right before the exam. I mean, come on. But this will be our first exam. I'm pretty excited. Okay, I'm gonna turn the speed down. Alright. Let me use this learning perk. I'm gonna go with Faithful just for that merit. Alright. Intendant Bin Cheng's local examination. Alright. Local exam. First exam I've done. I'm waiting for the assembly to begin. 6 days. Here's our host. He's a fellow vassal. He is a scholar. He's also irritable. He's infirm. He's a mastermind philosopher. Also paranoid, but gregarious and wrathful. So, I mean, we're kind of similar, but he's definitely going to outperform me. That's his fiscal commissioner. I almost said commissar. He's an honorable fool. So we've got a bold quarreler and an honorable fool. Alright. Oh, wow. Look at that guest list. 227 people. Jesus. Alright. 6 days. Oh. I can't... What? I am landed and I've already passed an examination. Okay. Okay. So if you're landed and passed the exam... Okay. So I'm really just gonna be getting smarter here. It's kind of the idea. Interesting. I would not have anticipated that. I mean, I get it, but I probably wouldn't have come. I don't know. It's something to do. Alright. Entrance gather. I mean, look at that beautiful art. I enter the city of Chenzhou. My arms overburdened by learning scrolls and study materials. Today I will discover what goes on inside the examiner's study, how the ink is mixed, and the questionnaires are prepared. Having completed the exam, it is now time to cultivate Guangji. It is a web of personal ties, people to trust each other and trade favors. It's built face-to-face over tea, dinners, or when help is offered. Often matters more than formal rules. Wow, Guanxi. Okay, Guanxi? I'm not sure, but I'll have to look that one up. Alright. Dishonored pouring. Shenwei, Chief Secretary of the Prefect Liu Jun of Luzhou, approaches the examiners with a tea tray. He pours with the wrong hand. His sleeves are brushing the floor, and he offers cups without bow or blessing. Wow, that's a lot of mistakes. Prefect Duanzhong of Hangzhou watches the cool disdain. You abandon the proper rites to the detriment of your virtue, Shunwei, he declares, loud enough for all to hear. Shunwei's hands tremble as he bows stiffly. Allow me to demonstrate. Why is this swine serving us? And remain silent. I do like that diplomacy lifestyle experience. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna say the swine. Call him a swine. It looks like this guy's coming out on top. His exam score is 54. Local examination. Judging the brush. My acquaintance, Yan Qing, bows lightly, presenting a carefully folded scroll. Commandant, he says, I humbly offer my compositions for your critique. I have labored over these lines. Some are bold with certainty, others reflect my search for balance. I welcome your thoughts. Mock him? for more influence. Or I can gain merit and learning lifestyle. Yeah, we'll do that. So this seems like a very vindicative environment where essentially if you put people down, you'll gain influence. But if you rise people up, you'll gain merit. Which is kind of confusing because I don't see... where my merit is collected. I see piety, but I don't see, like, merit up here. Alright, what's this one? A sealed favor. Yuanzhang of the Lisheng of Prefect Zhanji of Fuzhou approaches with hushed steps. Eyes darting over his shoulder, he presents a scroll to me. Could you pass this along? It is private. Well, of course I'm gonna expose him. This guy doesn't matter to me. Sun Xiaoya is definitely coming out on top. He's astute, chaste, but doesn't have that many skills. Okay. I keep seeing these purple ones come up, so let's check this out. The local examination. The weight of the ink. My fellow subject, Gentleman Li Xuanyou, prepares the second of the 4 treasures ahead of the examination. Grinding pine soot into bronze inkstone with deliberate, practiced strokes. He expertly mixes good quality ink. With a sharp glance, he hands me the pestle. It's your turn now. The ink must flow like moonlight over water and endure longer than empires. The proper formula is in the Book of Rites, the classic order of harmony, or a classic of order and harmony, prescribing the proper conduct for scholars, sons, and sovereigns alike. To follow its precepts is to honor the foundations of civilization. The classics do not err. Few drops of ginseng present. Let the servants mix the ink. Quiet rituals of the study now linger in your expression, lending a subtle edge to your demeanor. Personal destiny. Okay, I kind of like that. Looks like I've got 15. Getting closer. Yeah, I've got 15. What are those called? I don't do intrigue very much. Okay, let's first. Crash of inks. The crate hits the ground with a sickening splash. My courtier, Sichuan, stares down in horror. Brush. Oh. Wait, is he mine? Oh. This is the guy that I brought. And he's the one that I had to insult and call swine earlier. Wow, I really fucked up bringing him here. Brush still in hand, ink splatters onto his legs. As Prefect Wei Fu of Hanyang storms over, the fury in his eyes. You have ruined a full day's preparations, he bellows. It was my fault. I should have secured the crate. This level of clumsiness is unacceptable. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just hammer it down. What is this called? Execute scheme. Advantages. Yeah, I don't do intrigue very much. I've played this game a lot, but I've done more so military and just kind of trying to wrap my head around the titles and stuff like that. I don't know if I want an ambitious, deceitful person. But he's also club-footed. I'd rather have the slightly lower intrigue skill. I always make my wife do patronage. And pretty much always. Sometimes I'll do manage domain, and if I'm in like the thick of a heat, I'll do chivalry, but patronage is really good because she essentially will teach everybody more and more skills, so including me. So patronage is usually OP. Local exam, a whispered seats. Okay. I cannot pronounce that name. I guess it'd be Sinks. Leans in to Sun Tiao. Sun Tiao. Their voices are hushed, but I can still overhear the entrance conversation. If we switch seats, the examiner with the gentle eyes will be the one to judge my essay. Call them out. Offer my assistance and my silence. Quietly urge them to reconsider. I'm gonna call them out. I'm just here for the fun, okay, guys? Okay. So the exam is actually happening. Spouse, acting on my behalf. My wife spends a significant amount of time traveling the realm with her honor. There are many matters she can settle on my behalf, and the military presence Lady Liu Sun Sun brings with her is a firm reminder of my right to rule. I suppose I'll just grab the prestige. Alright. The bell chimes, signaling that the local examination has ended and its results published. With that, a fresh host of scholars have taken their first, but most important step along the stairway to the High Office. But this is a day to remember. Examinations have at last drawn to a close. Alrighty. Okay, now it's time to head back. Probably not a whole lot going on here in this next few steps. I'll probably have a couple travel pop-ups. Thank heaven I can go inside again. Alright. Yep. Yeah, this guy had to go. Sorry, pal. Can't pour tea right. Uh-oh, my daughter is there. Can't pour tea right. Can't do nothing. And then this might even be the guy that was worried about the ant hill. Or the ant trail. Alright, what is this here? My half-brother. An administrator for Lee Chongjun. He wants to pay me money. Okay. Council petition. Other. I don't want this deceitful, diligent, ambitious guy who doesn't really like me. Okay. This guy's lazy. Craven. Another craven. Deceitful. Really doesn't like me. Man, there are not any good options here. I guess. Jeez, a Pete's. I mean, I can try to sway him, but I just don't think it's gonna go very well. The other guy I've been trying to sway is over here. I'm gonna have him do that. Because why not? Don't really need the military very much. In comparison to other playthroughs. Other styles of play in this game. I think I'm gonna wait until I have 15 again and go ahead and take a stab at it. Because if I can have 15 advantage, that'll get me to the next tier. I'm intimidated by starting a cadet brand. And I'm definitely not starting any wars with my army of 236. Yeah. I'll request some money. And I'm still trying to get my son to do something in his region. He is my favorite child. Looks like he. Wait a minute. What's he doing? He traveling? He's in the prefecture of some. Yeah, so he's still in our homeland, which I don't again know how much I can do about that. Let me look into that in just a second here, but I'm trying to promote him to make him my player heir because it looks like I do have a player heir now. My daughter is Governor Li Han's spouse. She's got typhus and pregnant. That's really unfortunate. Shoot. Nobody can serve as a concubine. Okay. So maybe I need to get this gal married off. Well, she already is married. Maybe she can be a player heir too, because I don't understand. Maybe I'm continuing to be dumb as a box of rocks. How is she my player heir? Right, she is my player heir. That's what the, that little crown at the top means. Even though it's not saying she's my player heir. My son is traveling. I'm confused as to how she is my player heir. I don't mind playing as a chick. It'd be really hard, I feel like, to play as a chick in China, but still not sure. He has a title. She's not in line to inherit my titles. She's married to someone else. I don't know. But let me see. Can I inject myself into the circuit of a nun? And kind of realm succession be inherited according to Commandant Lu. Lu Bao's male only celestial commander succession. Candidate with the highest martial capabilities inherits. Player heir opinion. Vassal opinion. Eligible child. Succession is based on merit rank and candidate type of appointment succession law. Under celestial commander succession, the title and its associated holdings will be inherited by the candidate with the highest candidate score. Any adult within the realm. Okay, so they moved me out, so I can't even try to be there. Okay. How do I... Can I go... I can challenge the Emperor to a board game. Huang Di the Hairy. Okay. probably should not be trying to get into a board game with the Emperor just yet. I just still don't fully comprehend. I can just imagine somebody out there is watching and is just screaming like, okay, this is what you need to do next. This is what you need to do here. But I'm so used to fabricating claims and going to war. Well, I ain't going to war with 238 people. I'm making 0.6 gold per month, and let me check that. I'm shy to improve my lands because apparently they can just come in and say bye-bye. So I don't know if that's normal or common, but nonetheless. Trying to get my son promoted. Got 12 advantages. I'll challenge this guy to a... Yeah, he wants to play a friendly. Do a friendly game. Oh, he has better things to do. Oh. Oh. That's my girl. She recovered, and she's pregnant. That's insane. She has recovered from typhus. But now, see, she's not my... Okay. I don't think... I'm pretty sure that's what that meant, that little trim around her portrait. Meant that she was my player. I don't understand. Oh, look at her. Suede. Still doesn't really like... But I think it's more important to get this guy going. Maybe I'll send him a poem. Oh, I'll send him a poem detailing his incompetence. What am I asking him to kill me? So I can try to promote my own career, or I can influence my own career. It looks like I'm in 5th place for highest ranking. House members in realm. House heads merit rank. Number of held cover. That does make sense. So House Lee is the Imperial family. And this guy is my half-brother, and he's pretty high up there. Or I guess he's the head of family. Probably what that indicates. And I can slander or promote him or challenge his status. Which I don't want to do any of that just yet. I mean, I could promote him, but... I can group these circuits by house. And I'm just going to kind of say, it looks like about 3 provinces. Nope, we have 4. Except one is... Okay. We have 1 circuit and 3 provinces. Okay. Kind of putting it together. So you kind of just want to have as many kids as you can so that your house has as many like, people established across the realm, across the empire. Um, I've never held a capital exam, but I think that's actually supposed to be at the Tang Empire's capital, not mine. I can plan my own election, or my own examination. I'll probably do that for today's episode here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do... the high grade. And... we'll do open. Got 13 advantage. 95% chance of success on this. So that's actually really good. Glad I chose to do that. There's the merit, which I should have been looking at that this whole time. It's right there. It's right in my face. It looks like I'm in second for both of these. Military candidate, Empire tier. Second in line when an Empire tier military title becomes available. Okay. "59 days until..." Okay. Yeah, as soon as I have 15 advantage, I'm gonna execute that and then start promoting myself. I think I'm, in the back of my mind, I know I'm not saying this stuff out loud, but I'm kind of putting together the feel for how celestial government works. I know there's probably people who have read the rule books and can very rapidly put together what the intended goal is, but it takes me a minute, and I like to be caught up in the wonder. I like to kind of dig through the dirt and really like feel every stone as I go. There's a lot of factions targeting the Huangdi. A lot of 5. All of these are against him. But they all seem pretty small too. I'm just gonna wait till my exam happens, and then I'm gonna execute this scheme and switch to promoting my own self. So let's see here. I can do favoritism, or I can scout talent. Well, I did open it wide up. But I would like to further the chances of my dynasty. 92 guests. So my half-brother, infirm and contrite, he's also deceitful, but I can give him Wenjiang or Jinfan. I guess I'll give him Jinfan. No player error. Okay. I continue to be confused. So I guess because he didn't have a title yet, he stood to inherit mine. But that's just not what I'm used to at all. I'm used to him being entirely able to take my title if I die and inherit it. So I might have just ended my game if I die in the next week. That's just the end as far as I know. And it's wintertime and I am 48. Increasing the control, which is always a good thing. Do that here too. Ooh, that statue. But what is this? This little Buddha. There's definitely like a little Buddha there, but doesn't seem to show up, and I can't see this, so that could be what it is. Oh, there's the Dragon King. Okay, okay, I see. You can build Dragon Kiln. Gotcha, okay. My daughter has come of age. Betrothal. Who's doing all that traveling? Jesus. That's a lot of backtracking and going every which way. I guess it's this guy. Anyway. 7 days until the beginning of this exam. The assembly awaits. A most favorable candidate. I cannot help but wonder what manner of candidates might try their hand at examination. The 4 ways, many rigorous methods in place to evaluate a person's qualifications. The prominent 4 are appearance, rhetoric, calligraphy, and judgment. Seems pretty reasonable. Of selecting an official will no doubt determine the candidate's favor. As their commandant, I have the power to determine what qualifies as good value. Those who are descendants of the Son of Heaven, of course. Why not? Now, still have favoritism as the option there. Kinda wish I could tuck this scoreboard away so that I could more easily see what's going on over here. I see Magistrate Gao Zihua made it to the exam. My examiner, Gentleman Li Zhang, tells me. You must be pleased. Li Zhang's eyes rove over the and I can see the telltale bulge in his coin purse from bribes already received. No doubt I should make a small contribution myself. Yeah, I can pay 10. Why not? Okay. My scheme has 15 advantage. We're gonna go ahead and execute this scheme. quite the multi-religious area. Promote success. Alright, so much time and so many resources poured into promoting Prefect Gao Cheng's candidacies bore some fruit. His standing among his peers has improved. New supporters convinced of his value, and his appointment is now one step closer. How about that? Did it. So... I mean, it would be nice if he... This duchy hasn't been created yet. And it would be nice if he... I guess if this duchy had been created, would this be what he stood to inherit, or was one step closer to inheriting? I'm not sure. But it would be nice if I could see a little progress here, because there's literally only 2 people in line. They're of different houses. Well, because again, it's merit-based, not primogeniture or anything of that sort. It would be nice, though, if his candidate score cut out ahead. Can I just see what he's eligible for? He's 9th in the civilian career path. Is that what I promoted? Because he's not doing very great. Buddy, you need to go to some exam. You need to either do some exams or get your marshal up, pal. How do I distinguish that? And where, if I'm in a, so to speak, a dual role, well, where's my counterpart? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's finish this exam. Well, first I'll choose this. I already did that, didn't I? Okay, so I'm gonna promote myself because it's considered easy. If you gain promoted, if successful, you gain promoted. Okay. We're just gonna do balanced because it said it'd be pretty easy. Not gonna be too fixated on who's coming in. I just don't want to spend too much right now because I really only have so much. Some of you guys that play Intrigue might be screaming at my screen right now, but really there's only 2 things I'm looking for right now is, will you join? And, you know, how much do you like? Because that's gonna go a long ways. Alright. Back to the exam, and then we'll finish up for the day. Bell chime. After rigorous scrutiny to root out any cheating, entrants line up to take the exam. I look out at them from my palace, taking in the sight of their expectant faces and rigid posture. The bell rings out from the courtyard tower, followed by the beating of heavy drums, sounds that reverberate beneath my feet and fills my heart with righteous elation. It begins. Seems like my guy ain't showing up on the scoreboard. My brother failed. This is the day to remember. The bell chimes and the local exam has ended. Out of the starting 44, 10 failed. It looks like my brother was one of them. Zeong was the most successful, with a glorious score of 119. I kind of wish that Zeong was right here, like when I see this, but nonetheless, I gained a bunch of, not a bunch, but a variety of things. Alright, well, there's another exam for me to join, but I've pretty much passed every type of exam except the capital exam. Is that what I just did? Okay. Study up. Man, our emperor is working hard. Got a planned project for the Great Canals. He's sinicizing, developing, establishing control, and then he's creating a little more of the Great Wall. One last thing we'll do. What? Did I break it by accidentally backing out? We'll join that next time. There's several exams. What? I definitely traveled there. I'm confused now. See, there it is. Spouse AIDS Ward. You gained 300 lifestyle. That's what I'm talking about. But I still don't know what just happened there. I went to Myendu. That's frustrating. I went up there and then just turned right around. I must have changed the route so thoroughly that okay, we might cut that out. But nonetheless, we have plenty to do coming up here. Got more exams and more to learn. I'm kind of piecing my way up. I mean, it looks like I'm in second place. Or third place, oh, I fell down a rank. Okay. What? He has 203 candidate score, but for some reason he's not in first. Oh, he's created his own family, probably. The commission. I was just kind of confused there, like, what's the commission? But, alright guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you much.